here to speak about the whole ICE situation and everything going on. Hold on. I just want to I have it right here. I just want to say your rights, just in case some of you guys don't know already. I know I don't have a big platform, but I have followers, and I hope you guys can see this. Do not.
Now at 10, ICE operations continue in San Antonio. For a second day in a row, agents are seen arresting migrants at immigration court.
And look at this scene on the northwest side. 3 people who appear to be part of a landscaping company. They were taken into custody in this parking lot of the shopping center.
So Latinos for Trump have finally spoken against him. It took y'all long enough. Actually, y'all should have did that shit before y'all even elected this man. Because I'm saying, yes, y'all helped elect this man. And now what's going on in Los Angeles is y'all fault. It is y'all fault. Y'all divided y'all vote. And you put this man in office. And what is he doing? He's going against people who are innocent. He's rounding up anybody and everybody that looks like your demographic. He don't talk about warrants. Hell, I am so happy to see that y'all are out there. The ones that didn't vote for him are out there fighting against these ICE agents and not allow them to take anybody. Now I'm going to say this. Y'all need to pay attention because they will deploy the National Guard if they get access to that shit. That is ICE agent director's initiative tonight, is to try to get the National Guard on the ground against everybody that is protesting these roundups against ICE agents.
So I ask all the Latinos that are citizens in the United States that voted for Donald Trump, after you've seen these ICE raids, after you see the way Trump and his administration are treating Latinos throughout the United States, whether you still think Trump is great and whether he's going to make America great again the way he treats Latino people. What do you think? Love to hear from everybody. Let me know.
California Governor Gavin Newsom has confirmed that Donald Trump is sending an additional 2,000 members of the National Guard. That's already 2,000 plus another 2,000, a total of 4,000. Now, Newsom also said that only 300 of the initial 2,000 were actually deployed into Los Angeles. The remaining 1,700, well, they're just sitting around a federal building with lack of food, water, and a shelter that doesn't really even include beds. Well, now Donald Trump has signed an order to include another 2,000 National Guardsmen. This is on top of the 700 United States Marines that are also going to be mobilized in the coming hours.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we need to talk about something that is both shocking and, let's be honest, deeply ironic. High scenes are happening right now in Los Angeles. Yes, in 2025, and a lot of the people being targeted are the Latinos. But here is the twist. Many of them voted for DT. Some even composed songs praising him. Now, they are facing the very policies they helped put in place. So here is the situation. DT is back in power, and true to his campaign promises, ICE is out in full force. Just this week, raids in Los Angeles led to dozens of arrests, and not just of undocumented immigrants. Green card holders and long-time residents were caught up too. Families are being split, people are being deported, and fear is spreading. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Rosemary. Kindly consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we get to the video, let me play a few clips on the same, and I'll be back with my commentary. All credit goes to the original creators of these videos.
So Latinos for Trump have finally spoken against him. It took y'all long enough. Actually, y'all should have did that shit before y'all even elected this man. Because I'm saying, yes, y'all helped elect this man. And now what's going on in Los Angeles is y'all fault. It is y'all fault. Y'all divided y'all vote. And you put this man in office. And what is he doing? He's going against people who are innocent. He's rounding up anybody and everybody that looks like your demographic. He don't give a fuck about warrants. Hell, I am so happy to see that y'all are out there. The ones that didn't vote for him are out there fighting against these ICE agents and not allow them to take anybody. Now I'm going to say this. Y'all need to pay attention because they will deploy the National Guard if they get access to that shit. That is ICE agent director's initiative tonight, is to try to get the National Guard on the ground against everybody that is protesting these roundups against ICE agents. So, y'all in my prayers. That's all I can do. Y'all are in my prayers. But Latinos for Trump, y'all asses should be out there. This is y'all fault. This is partly y'all fault that your people are being rounded up like cattle and sent to places that some of them have never seen before. Get y'all asses out there. Don't do a call out on the damn internet or media. Go get on the ground.
Now at 10, ICE operations continue in San Antonio. For a second day in a row, agents are seen arresting migrants at immigration court.
And look at this scene on the northwest side. 3 people who appear to be part of a landscaping company. They were taken into custody in this parking lot of the shopping center. Tonight, KENS 5 reporter Megan Reina is following all these developments for us. Megan?
Well, Henry Easties, this is part of the Trump administration's push for mass deportations. We heard from 2 immigration attorneys who watched as their clients were taken into custody today after they showed up to their scheduled immigration hearings. Crying out, "I don't want to die in Honduras," an emotional mother taken by ICE agents at immigration court Thursday. Another mother also placed in the same van. Her husband says she has no prior criminal history.
Mis hijas esperándolos en la casa. 6 niñas tengo, dependen de nosotros.
But like most arrested, she had just had her case dismissed by a judge.
We were requesting a merits hearing, and the judge declined to set a merits hearing because DHS asked for the case to be dismissed and the client to be ordered removed, saying that it was not in the government's interest to hear a full case.
These videos shared to us show agents in the lobby of the immigration court waiting for migrants, one agent even holding what appears to be a list with pictures. Shortly after, you see agents escort an entire family into a charter bus. ICE says these arrests are a part of the Trump administration's plans to reverse former President Biden's so-called catch and release program. They are now utilizing expedited removals. It allows them to fast-track deportations for people who have been in the country for less than 2 years. These arrests are evoking fear among people who have upcoming hearings. One attorney who's representing a man from Central Africa says the option for migrants to appear virtually for hearings appears to be gone. Her client also had his case dismissed.
I feel like we portraying people who was here with credible fears. Just knowing his story, I feel like I let him down.
But
I thought they said they were going after criminals. Those are babies. Those are children, mothers, landscapers. These immigrants are showing up to their immigration appointments trying to stay in this country the right way. And how do they get rewarded for being upstanding, doing things the right way? They get set up and they get deported. Of course, they lied when they said you get to stay if you do things the right way and you're not a criminal. These are innocent babies between the ages of 9 and 12 being zip-tied like criminals, while an actual criminal, 34-time felon rapist, leader of our country, is pardoning other criminals, the cop killing J6ers and Todd and Julie Chrisley. This is what a lot of you Mexicans and Latinos voted for. Not only are you failures, you are the biggest danger to yourselves, your own family, and your community. What an absolute disgrace you are, MAGA Latinos. They are rapidly deporting Black and brown people, many who are indigenous to this continent, while simultaneously importing white supremacists from South Africa, which is an entirely different continent for those who don't know.
And now, Los Angeles has a large Latino population, and many of those arrested are part of the same community that helped DT win key votes in 2024. Some of them even made songs celebrating his immigrant policies, thinking they'd be safe because they were legal or quote-unquote being good immigrants. Let's believe this is one of those far moments. F around and find out. These folks thought DT's migration crackdown would only hit other immigrants, the undocumented, the asylum seekers, the newly arrived. But that's not how it works. When you give someone like DT the power to go after immigrants, no one is safe. We have seen this before. At the DT's first term, ICE didn't care about your legal status, your community ties, or even your US-born children. Once you give them the green light, they go after whoever they can. And now, it's happening again. It's frustrating because the warning signs were always there. Black communities, immigrant activities, and even Latino leaders begged people not to support DT. They explained how his policies were built on racism, fear, and division. But some Latino voters ignored all that. They bought into the promises: jobs, strong borders, law and order. They thought DT would protect them while targeting others. Now, these same voters are getting a rude awakening. The man they supported doesn't care about their music, their patriotism, or their status. If you are not white and wealthy, you are a target. Let's talk about how we got here. A lot of these pro-DT Latinos were influenced by right-wing Spanish language media. YouTube channels, WhatsApp groups, and Facebook pages were full of DT's propaganda. They called him, quote-unquote, El Salvador, the savior, who would clean up America and bring order. Now let's humanize this. One of the people arrested in the recent LA raid was a father of 3 who has been in the US for 20 years. He owns a small business, has no criminal record, and guess what? He proudly fought for DT. He believed he was one of the good ones. Now, his kids are crying, his wife is devastated, and he is sitting in a detention center waiting to be deported. And that's the harsh truth. DT doesn't care about your loyalty. Once you are in his crosshairs, you are just another number in his deportation list. So what can we learn from this? First, never assume that the hate-filled policies won't touch you. Just because you think you are the exception doesn't mean you are. DT's America doesn't care about your immigration story, your hard work, or your legal paperwork. If you don't fit in the image of real America in their eyes, you are disposed. And second, it's time for communities of color to stop turning against each other. Some Latinos thought they could align with DT to gain favor, even if it meant throwing the black, the indigenous, and undocumented people under the bus. Now they are seeing that white supremacy doesn't discriminate once it gets rolling. It will come for you too. The fallout from these icy rains will be huge. Families will be destroyed, businesses will close, neighborhoods will live in fear. And once again, the burden will fall on community organizations, churches, and activists to help people pick up their pieces. But here is what different this time. A lot of folks are saying, we told you so. People want against supporting DT. They want about ICE. They want about the consequences of voting for cruelty. And now that those consequences are here, it's time to feel sympathy for the ones who ignore this warning. That said, no one deserves to be ripped from their family. No one deserves to be deported just for trying to live a better life. The system is broken, and DT is using it to spread fear. This should be a wake-up call. Voting is not a game. Supporting someone because of a few promises while ignoring the hate they spread always backfires. These high rains in LA are just the beginning. And if you think you're safe because you did it the right way, think again. In DT's America, the only people truly safe are the rich and the white. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.